I did. I did. I did. Keep that crap off the socials. Here we go. We're back.
Welcome for the weekend. I want to see a
show.
Yeah, I really do. There's a window there into the music scene. Showing lots of love.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
With great advice, I know who I should go see.
It's all you right now.
All around town radio show.
That's where I go for the latest plan.
Hey, Kara.
Show for the music that comes my soul.
I had one from Memphis.
It's the all around.
Ed's in Memphis.
Show, the all around town radio.
Well, Mr. Tim Evans, you could always come to the Bell and the Bear Wednesday. I'll be there doing Name That Tune. I will. This week, like tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Get those reservations in.
Coming for you.
Auntie Erica.
Sometimes they don't show well, whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, I'm ready to raise some hell.
Hell!
With heart, you know, plan to do it well.
Talk to me.
All around town radio show.
Hi, Ceris.
Hi.
How are you? Hi, Daisy.
Good. Missed you.
I know. We've been off a few weeks with all the holiday festivities. And then it had to turn around and snow out a bunch of stuff. How about that?
I know.
Yeah, that event you were going to have on Sunday was going to be a good one. And,
it was going to be good, but they still managed to raise $5,700.
Wow. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. And get them down there and bring a big win back. I hope that they all do well, and they're all products of the Bell and the Bear, which is cool. I mean, Voodoo Child and all those folks, they're all part of the Bell and the Bears family, and that's a cool thing.
I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, it's good. It is.
Oh,
Daisy, you don't know your own weight, sweetie. It's like mine. 75-pound lapdog. I got it on. All right.
Yeah, mine.
So let's see who's here. Erica, what's for dinner, Erica?
Hi, Dewey. Hi, Bob. Hi, Roger. Hey, Steve.
Roger. Yeah, look at all these great people. Kevin.
Hi,
Cooper.
Kevin.
Yes, we have a new co-host now. Daisy has become our third wheel in the cog of All Around Town Wednesdays, or Tuesdays, I should say. Yes, she's awesome.
She likes to steal the spotlight, which I'm fine with because she's cute as pie.
She is a cute one. That she is. Let's see if we can zoom on her a minute. There we go. There she is. Look up here. There's Miss Daisy. How beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She is. And so sweet. That's what we love about her.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
She's so sweet.
All right. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? And Kara says, now I can hear you in the car. Okay, I'm glad. Do not crash your car into a snowbank today.
No.
Hey, we're back from Snowmageddon, man. Was that not wild? I mean, that's a lot of snow.
Let me tell you something. I don't close the bar. Like, I don't ever close the bar.
Ever.
And that made me sick to my stomach. However, obviously, my staff comes first. I'm not going to make them. I said to them, I was like, it's up to you whether you want to drive in or go. It's your money. Not, you know what I mean? It's your money. we're bartenders. You don't get paid unless you play type of thing. But when they were like, no, I was like, then we're out. We're not doing it, you know. But man, that hurt.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, somebody said that's the biggest snowfall we've had in like 10 years or something. So.
I heard it was since 1977.
Yeah. Really? The blizzard year. Okay. Or 78 was the blizzard, I think. Yeah. Those days, I was out of school for a month after that blizzard. That was wild. A month. And there were still I worked at a ski hills, and we were still skiing that year into late March, skiing in shorts and t-shirts because there was so much snow. Man. It was fun.
That would have been fun.
Devin said it was the right choice. Thank you, Devin.
It was definitely the right choice, undoubtedly. I'm just saying, you know, that as a business owner, it's always tough to have to. I mean, I'm saying that's how bad it was, that there wasn't a choice. Of course, we were going to close. And that's why I said to the bartenders, I was like, it's up to you, but I would close. But yeah.
And Devin said I had to walk both ways uphill. Thank you, Devin, for that little old man comment. You know, for the person who didn't invite me to her all-girl birthday party, I was a little sad. I missed out on it. I was, but it's okay. I'll get over it. Maybe by 2018. Did I say that wrong? I did.
What?
I don't know. I'm so messed up in the head today. Welcome everybody to Hot Topic Tuesday with the lovely Ceris and the man with the face for radio, me. Thanks for being here. Glad to have you with us. Hey, we've got some things to talk about today. Devin says that's not what really happened. It's okay, Devin. I understand where I stand with you now. I'm just a hired help. That's all I am. Springfest in the Berg. All right, Ceris, we've got a lot to talk about. First of all, New Year's Eve was a blast at your place. I understand. I got to give props to Miss Jackie, I watched the videos from her, and I just love watching that girl turn the crowd on with her moves, her singing. She's just so relatable, and people love her. They love her.
She puts on one of the best performances ever. And somebody said to me when they were walking, maybe it was Bill, I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was Greg. He goes, third, because this is the third year in a row that, second or third year in a row that Miss Jackie was like, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Every single year it gets even better. I mean, we broke last year's record for it. I mean, this was a record-breaking one the year before. I mean, I don't know. You put her on stage for a New Year's Eve party. It's one of the just most entertaining, fun shows. And then Casey Gomez got up and sang, and just the crowd just loved that. Chris Reese got up. Everybody. It was a ton of fun. It was such a great night.
Speaking of Chris Reese, we haven't been on since before Christmas. So Chris Reese and Dat Band killed it for you at Christmas.
Holy moly. They blew every other Christmas party we've had at the Bell out of the water. It was such a phenomenal showing, such a phenomenal show. It was wonderful. It was so good. So good.
That is so great to hear. And it's so great to see this music community thrive. I was watching the other night another video. I live through videos some days, and it was Trillions, and Seven West and his band Denim Deluxe were playing there. And the next thing you know, the Rockstar crew is up there with them and singing. Awesome. It's great to see how people just mesh and they enjoy inviting other musicians up to share the stage with them. Those are some of the best moments in local music when those things happen, I think.
It is. It really is.
It's so cool. Hi, David Linda. Speaking of great musicians, how are you, buddy? From Last Call and Barely Able. Good to have you with us. Jim McCarthy's in the house, our resident producer here.
Goodie Bag Band is always so much fun. Honestly, I wish they were able to come earlier and stay longer, because I had to miss it this year. Like I wasn't able to stay that long, but my God, I love them. I love that whole night. It's probably one of my favorite nights at the Bell.
You know, I get all warm and fuzzy about horn sections and bands. I love bands with horn sections. I got to see Brass Tracks last weekend, and it just blows me away when you see bands that have the horn section and how they mesh, and it just brings a level of excitement to the room, and that's cool. And those guys do such great work in Santa's Goodie Bag Band, and all their donations they've given and all the money they've collected over the years.
People.
Good folks. And yes, yeah. Devin mentioned Miss Jackie's coming to Springfest in the Berg.
Nice.
She found her through us, so good deal.
Good.
It is.
You're gonna love her. She's amazing.
One thing I've got to mention here, a little disclaimer. We have one disclaimer we'll do at the end of the show, but we have another disclaimer right now that our shows are going to be a little more condensed on Tuesdays. I've got a new gig on Tuesday I have to drive to. It's not 3 minutes from the house. So it's one of those where we're going to try to limit this to 30, 35 minutes instead of the 45 that we normally do, so I can get to where I need to be. And it's not Ceris's fault. She'd be here till 6 o'clock. She loves to chat with y'all, but we're going to try to pack it in. And we've got a lot to talk about. And one thing I've noticed, Ceris, and I know you have too recently, we're right back full circle with some of these bands with the lack thereof of promoting their shows. And I hate to start out the year with a negative point, but we're going to get negative for a minute. Well, if you're in business, promote your show.
Let's start off on a positive then. Let's kick it off on the positive that it only stands out when, for me, like the majority of the bands that play at the Bell promote the shit out of their bands. They promote it. Everything is great. So just know that when I talk about this, I'm not talking about the majority. It's the minority. But the minority stands out so much because they're also the ones that are asking for more things. And I'm sitting back and going, I made a post. The other day or the other week where I said, and listen, this is also, let me throw this out there. This is not me dismissing the fact that venues are not promoting either. If you knew how much that boils my blood, that venues do not promote their own freaking business.
That's an even bigger problem, to be honest with you.
It's a bigger problem. And it makes me so angry I don't think you quite understand how angry it makes me. But as I'm going to concentrate on my place because I own it and I promote the shit out of my place and I promote the shit out of the bands that play at my place. So I'm talking about me, not about other venues at this moment. I had a band that asked for more money. And usually I'm generous and usually I'm okay with it. And I didn't argue about it. And I said, that's fine. But then a week later, something happened where it came in discussion that one of their dates that was booked for 2025, it came in discussion and, it became very clear as a business matter that another band should have access to that date because they promote more. They bring in a lot of people. People really like them. They're part of the community. All of those things happen and all of those things matter. Okay. When making bookings, especially nowadays. And I said, I love you guys. You guys are one of the OGs. You guys are extremely important to the Bell and the Bear, but it would be poor business of me not to have this group back on these days because their numbers were just extraordinary. They put in a lot of effort to do it. And it just it just makes sense. They said, well, how about can we get another primo date? And I said, unfortunately, no, because it's been, you're not giving me reason to give you these primo dates. In the same sentence, they said, well, we're a little shocked that our numbers aren't that good, but we've been doing this 20 years. And in that 20 years, we've just come to the realization that, well, we may not bring people in, but we sometimes keep them there. And I thought to myself, could you imagine if I ran my business that way? Well, I don't bring people in, but hopefully if they're there, I can keep them there. No. Mediocrity, being mediocre is not an option when teaming up with me. Like, that's just not going to happen. I strive to be better than I was yesterday. I strive to be greater. I strive to make an impact. I strive to always do better. When a band, and to use the fact that you've been doing this for 20 years as if this is like something that should stop you from putting in the effort? No. Most of the bands, 95% of the bands that play on my stage have been playing for 15, 20 years, and they still continually make the effort. And they would never say, well, that's just, we're not going to do that because we don't, we're just used to it. We don't bring people in. Well, then you don't get to be in here. It's not okay. This is a business and we're supposed to be a team. And I say this all the time. And if you don't want to be a team, that's totally cool, man. That's totally up to you. You get to do whatever you want. But when your lack of doing starts affecting my business, bye.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on the point of it's, and you said a great term, mediocrity. It's like people think it's okay to just be mediocre at best and just keep, we're going to get paid, that kind of thing. Why not put the effort into it like you did when you were a starving musician who was trying to get established, and still put that effort into it, because it'll reap all kinds of benefits for you and the venue. And we're seeing so many venues go out of business.
That's what I'm saying.
It's tough. And part of that is managerial problems in the venues. I've the ones that I've seen closed, I've been there. I can tell you they weren't managed well. And people sometimes think it's cool to own a bar, but give it to somebody else to run. It's not always the best idea. You couldn't do that in a million years. I know you couldn't, because you're too hands-on.
Yeah.
But some people like the hands-off. It's my money. I put it in. I'll hire a general manager. Everything will be fine with general managers over there hitting on the chick in the corner. And, it's just not paying attention to the details of your business, whether it be a band or a venue.
Right. I have a general manager, Sean. He's fucking phenomenal. And I can't do this job without him. But there's certain things that I am never going to give up the reins on. And that's the band booking. That's one of the main ones, because those relationships are really important to me.
And Sean wants nothing to do with that. I know that.
It's super stressful.
Yes.
It's super stressful.
Thanks, Ray.
Kathy just messaged me and asked if I was doing the Scott Hall show. And I'm like, yeah, right now.
Hi, Kathy. It's not the Scott Hall show, but yes. Hi, Kathy.
But so anyways, but yeah, and to me, when I heard somebody made the excuse to me. A couple of people I heard say this excuse to me. They're like, well, if the venue's not going to promote, why do I have to promote? Huh? Don't you have a business too that's separate from the venue?
I think Kevin Cooper said that a minute ago.
Did he? Sorry.
Yeah, and the other two wrongs don't make it right thing too.
Don't you get tips? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Frankly, here's the deal. If the venue or the musician artists are promoting, you're lazy, entitled and lazy, and you don't give a shit. And guess what? I don't do business with people who don't give a shit at all. And I'm tired of it. And loyalty can only go so far, because why am I being the one that's so consistently loyal and have guilt for not booking this band because they've been with us for so long, but they're okay with asking for more, but they're not actually willing to do the bare minimum. All I'm asking for you to do is you make your event and you share it daily for 1 week.
And first of all, too, I will address one more thing in there. I cannot stand for somebody to inject into a conversation. I've been doing this for 25 years. Oh, well, you're sucking at it. You've become the complacent, get off my lawn grandpa that's sitting in the corner saying, I don't need to promote. I get there and people will come because I walk in the room. No, they won't.
No, that's embarrassing. Imagine saying,
they won't.
Using that as like a saying, I've been doing this 20 years and you suck. I mean, maybe you shouldn't do it anymore. I don't know what to tell you.
Megan Miller is very smart. That's a great valid point too. What worked back then doesn't always work now. Amen. And the world of social media has changed how we promote. And if you sit and look at me in the eye and say, I'm not getting on Facebook because I hate Facebook. Well, you're missing an opportunity for free advertising. It's freaking free.
So let's talk about that. Facebook is free. It's literally free, and it takes 2 seconds. You Let's talk about your Thursday things for a second. You are offering another free fucking way for people to promote. Sorry. Another free avenue for people to promote. You're literally telling them, just send it to me. I'm going to promote it. And they're still not doing it.
Ceris, what happened? Oh, I heard a repeat. I will tell you, let me explain to the viewers, because a lot of people don't know this. We have right now 4 what I call gig groups. They're Facebook Messenger groups, and they're kind of put into areas of geographic location. So every week on Sunday, I take the time and I make this little post in that gig group or this message, and it says, time for your gigs again, guys. The gigs are, and I'll tell this while you're gone. Time for your gigs again, guys. I will put in there, it's for the following Thursday through the next Wednesday, and the date range and all that. And all it simply says is give me date, time, location, and event, details. And we'll put it in our prompter, and we'll do our Thursday show, and it gets posted on the Warren County Post. And I have to routinely continue to remind people the deadline is Thursday at noon. The deadline is Thursday by noon, because I've put that show together by 5 o'clock. Deadline is Thursday by noon. Thursday by noon. It gets so old because, and then invariably at 10 minutes till 5, oops, I forgot, here's my gigs. And it's not getting on because I'm done with that list, and I'm preparing to go live and do all those things that you have to do. It's free. And when you call people out on it, and I said, I saw you played 3 dates last week and you didn't send them to me. If you want off the list, I put it in the messenger. I say, take yourself out of the list. Then I won't worry about you anymore. And don't be offended by that. It's just business, but take yourself out of the list. Do they take themselves out of the list? No, because half of those people
are too lazy to even do that.
Well, no, they're being voyeurs is what they're doing, because let somebody come in with a brand new venue and say, oh, I'm playing somebody's place recently. And one was this pizzeria that somebody said they were, and all of a sudden the next week I'm getting gigs from other people at this pizzeria. And then the next week, more people and more people. And I looked on that person's page, the pizzeria page, so to speak. They're not promoting, send us your band and we'll put you in this place. People are poaching other people's stuff, and they're not even sending their own. So sometimes the mentality just amazes me, because I'm just doing a free service for them on a Thursday. And it's been so controversial. I've lost friends over it. They've left the group and then not spoken to me because they felt like we weren't promoting them enough or this or that. It's like, I read a list of where you're playing. I mean, that's all I do, and that's just another example sometimes. And gosh, there's been some drama lately in the music community. There has, and some people posting videos that are drama filled. And somebody the other night was quitting the music business, and the next day apologizing for it and all this. Guys, don't post your dirty laundry on the Book of Face. Post your gigs and promote your band.
There's been
promote.
A lot of that, and it's a pity. It's a real pity.
Hey, Ceris, meet Dirk. Dirk's going to come visit you, he said.
Hi, Dirk.
Dirk's in Crying Out Loud. So if he comes to visit you at your bar, you'll get to meet him. And yes.
I liked Chris Casey's compliment.
I'm getting there.
Comment. He said,
hi, Dave Wade.
He said, McDonald's has been making hamburgers since 1940. That doesn't mean they make great burgers. It's true. But you're never going to go a day without seeing a McDonald's ad.
Man, that's way down. Gosh, I'm so behind in the comments. Hang on. Devin, thank you. Carla, thank you. Dave Wade, let me get that one up.
Rick Piper, maybe the band was putting flyers on windshields at Walmart. Man, what? Back in the day. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, run around with a stapler and stapling them to telephone poles and try not to get caught because it wasn't legal to do. Yeah, those days are over. One button push and you can make a beautiful poster of your gig. One button.
I love Dave Wade. I miss
Dave
Wade.
Too. He's one of my favorite people in the world.
Oh, I wish I could spend more time with him.
Chris, that's an excellent statement. Thank you for that.
It is.
And it's the truth. And
I don't even think that, and here's the thing, I don't hold it against them, Bob, because I don't even think they think that way. I just think they're too lazy to care. Another comment that I made to them, to this band, was that, the only thing I can think of as why we're not getting a lot of following or fellow musicians coming out is because you don't involve yourself in the community at all. You don't show up on the show, join the show. You don't show up at the bell. You don't even know half the band's names. And what's incredible about this music community is they go and support each other. I mean, they quite literally will go and they wear your t-shirts and they'll go support each other. But if you're not even if you don't care to even involve yourself in it, well, then why should I?
Ray, don't let anybody tell you you're doing something wrong in your karaoke either, because I've been to your show and it's an excellent.
I think you put on an excellent karaoke.
New technology, it's great. It's light years ahead of a lot of people. So,
Evelyn, yeah. I think a lot of it is arrogance, but I think for this specific band, it's just laziness. I really do. Yeah, Ray's got a great karaoke. I like to think that I pushed her to get back into it.
I'm getting to those. I'm sorry. I'm so late in the comments here trying to keep up. Devin says she hates drama queens. Okay, thank you. Kevin Cooper, where is the pizza place? I need to message them hourly. Yes. It's just something that simple that,
it's always the X-ray. It's like, well, you're not doing it anymore.
Interesting. Dave Wade wants pizza too. Everybody wants pizza now that I said that. All right. Thank you, Carl. He says, I use your Thursday show to decide what I'm going to do. Carl, thank you so much, because that is what it's about. And every week I say, share that show. It's the most important show we do of the week, because it's promoting the venues and the musicians who take the time to send their stuff to us.
Carla, spot on. Lazy and entitlement. That's exactly what it is. And so I made Devin Milton Company. You guys apparently had a really awesome show at Lori's.
They did.
And so I'm going to use them as something. I don't know them that well. They came and they played on a Thursday, and I missed them, but they got raving reviews and everything like that. And the band that I'm talking about that didn't promote, and that made me write that note on the Facebook saying, if you're not going to promote, I'm not going to hire you anymore, made me realize that there's bands that like Devin Milton Company, right? That's the band. Aren't you guys? Isn't that the band that they played at the bar, right? Played
at Lori's.
Did they? Or no, am I thinking
this past weekend? Else? Yes.
They did, right?
Yes. Had a hell of a show from what I heard. I wasn't there, but I heard that. Right.
It made me think, you know what? Why am I giving this band all these dates in 2025 when I can be giving the bands like Devin Milton Company, like a new band coming in, give them a shot. It's not like, I appreciate these guys, that band being a part of the B&B for as long as they have, but everybody else is, that's playing there keeps trying, never gives up, never settles. And these guys just, and I just thought, I want to open one of those spaces so that way bands like Devin Milton Company can have that.
So they did come to the B&B Open Jam.
They did. Yes. I want to just make sure that I was talking about the right band.
So we beat this dead horse, it seems like monthly on the show, but it's ridiculous that we have to continually talk about this. But that seems to be, when I get the hot topic messages, this one comes up more than any other one. Mm-hmm. And part of it is frustrated musicians with venues too, because they're like, I go out of my way to promote, and I make posters and we put them on our page, but the venue has 10,000 followers and they never even mentioned we're playing there. And yeah, that's frustrating when the venues are, and so often I think venues, and you're again of the exception, but venues toss off the social media to some employee or they give it to a service who charges by the post and all that. If you don't do it yourself, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's just
Yeah.
Scott's opinion, but you know,
Bill Marks. I'm working with Bill Marks right now. I'm using him for trivia on Tuesdays now. And I feel like him and I are very like-minded. He advertises, I advertise, you know. I mean, it's just a pleasure.
yeah, Brett, you're right. And you know, you'd think we were back in the days of COVID, the way the unhinged
I
drama
made
is
this
going
post
on.
on my personal page.
Who did? What?
Bob,
I didn't hear.
trying to figure out which.
Oh,
Dewey. Well, I'm a big fan of 1330. It wasn't that I don't like them. It's just, it just didn't work then. But you know what? We have a new crowd now. It's been a couple of years, so maybe it will work.
and that's interesting too that you said that, because it is business. People need to understand it's business. And if a band doesn't work for you, it doesn't work in your venue, it doesn't mean they're a bad band. They could work well in another venue. They could do really well. And I've never heard you. I mean, we message a lot back and forth about bands with each other. And I go out and see a band and I tell you, you got to see this group, and you do the same. But it's like, never have you ever sent me a message that said this band just sucks tonight.
No.
You've sent me messages saying the sound guy sucks tonight and some of those kind of things with bands, but you've never said this band, because you have a respect for musicians who get up on stage and try to make it happen. I mean, it's not an easy job, and it's not an easy job running a bar either.
No, it's not. But if you have respect for yourself and what you do, then it's just kind of, you just do it, you know. And I don't know. I would be embarrassed if I was anything like, I couldn't even imagine. I don't do anything that I'm not like, that I don't put 100% in. I don't do anything that I'm not proud of. I don't do anything that I just couldn't even imagine running the Bell and the Bear and just half-assing it. I can't even imagine that.
Well, you wouldn't, and because that's your nature. But like I said earlier, I think there are some venue owners who just they're silent owners. They put the money into it and they expect this crew to run it for them. And one thing I learned, and I owned bars years ago, there was one, I mean, my general manager I trusted with my bar, trusted with the whole place when I couldn't be there, stole from me. And it broke my heart because, I caught her on the night before the Super Bowl stealing food and drink and bottles and things, putting them in her car because she was off Super Bowl Sunday and having a party at her house. So, on me.
Help herself.
On me. Yeah. And she came highly recommended from a major chain and of restaurants. So, yeah, it can happen. And if you're not involved, you're missing the boat. And if you're not involved with your music, like you said, you're never going to give up your band bookings. And there's a reason for that. And there's a reason that you can read it.
And this is the reason. Like, this is one of the main reasons. I love building these relationships with these guys. I want to be a part of the community, and I can't be a part of it if I'm not in it. And second is, are you a part of the community?
Because
I'm looking at people that are a part of the community.
I think some of the people who do the loudest bitching on social media are not members of the community.
Let's talk about this.
They're on the outside looking in.
Let's talk. They think that they are. They think because they make they have an event on Friday, they make the event on Wednesday, and that's their only promotion, that they've done their part. But then you see them posting consistently what dates they have open. And you go, imagine if you put in as much time promoting the events that you have, opposed to the dates that you don't. You might,
instead of bitching about it.
Yeah, you might have more dates. I don't know what to tell you. But there's also, that goes to also oversaturation, I think that's a big issue.
I may put a poll up on the page here soon that asks, I would like opinions from musicians and bands and things that would say, how often should you post? Weekly, daily, whatever. I'd love to see the opinions because they're all over the place. I guarantee you.
I'm daily.
Yeah. I'm daily too. I have to be, or you become absolutely irrelevant in the world of social media. And everybody says, oh, you want to live by the socials. No, it's a nature of the beast to do what we do.
Yeah.
I don't like Facebook either. I mean, I'll tell you, there's things on Facebook. I hate all the ads. I hate all the, every time I talk about something, the next thing you know, I'm looking at a rug for my floor because I mentioned, I need a rug at home. Those kind of things pop up, but it's a necessary evil to be part of this. And it is an evil some days.
I'm thankful for Facebook.
Yeah.
I am. Because if it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't have.
You're welcome, Brett.
I wouldn't have the following or the crowd that we do. I mean, and I've had a couple of people lately that have made comments on some of my memes that have said, are you a meme page or a bar? I was like, I'm a bar that likes to make people laugh. I don't know. Why do I have to be one of the, you know what I mean? Like, I love to make people laugh.
Yeah. And, one thing I learned too about, and talking to Ray and some other people who are really good at social media, they always throw things in like you do that aren't necessarily relevant to the business of the bar, but they keep people engaged and people laugh at them and they make comments and all those things. And you have a little fun with it too. It's not just a monotonous business thing.
And I started doing that, years ago because I was like, man, this funny meme. I bet these people are going to find it funny.
Yeah.
That's it.
I post on my personal page. Sometimes I post some things. I post pictures of my grandkids. I post pictures of the dogs and all that. But the other day I posted one that said I was on a 2-hour delay for the snow emergency or something. I got more response out of that than I did out of anything. It's funny because people just take some things as humor. And that's the way it should be. And we should have a little fun with this stuff.
We should.
And Ceris, we're 40 minutes in almost. We're running out of time. Go. So we're never going to do this in a half hour any day, but we try. Guys, we need your hot topics. We need you to send us stuff because Ceris and I have done this now 90 episodes as of today. Episode 90. We're going for 100 soon, and we need you to send your hot topics to us. And it doesn't have to be a negative topic either. Send us things that are positive about the music community and things that you want to talk about. Or maybe you just want to talk about some days your favorite songs or this or that. We'd like to do it on the show. So please send it to us.
Yeah, I'm a meteorologist.
Oh, my God. That made me laugh so much. You should be a meteorologist. You even look the part. In fact, you were better than most I've seen recently. I'll say that. Yeah.
Well, all over the board.
Hey, what's happening at the Bell this week? Real quick, hit it up.
Real quick, we got trivia tonight from 7 to 9. Prizes. That's from Bill's Trivia. He comes there. Then
Bacchus
tomorrow we have Name That Tune Trivia hosted by Scott Hall. It is our second edition of Name That Tune Trivia. It's hosted by Scott Hall. Thursday we jam. Friday, Second Wind takes the stage, and on Saturday, Michelle Robinson. And
tonight I get to start my first Tuesday trivia at the Miamisburg Moose Lodge. Yeah! There we go. It's Taco Tuesday there as well. So we're going to have tacos and trivia tonight. It's going to be fun. And that's where I've got to go. So I'm heading that way. Ceris, thank you so much for joining me here in 2025.
2025. It's going to be a fabulous year.
New year, new you. Yes.
No, it's the same me, but it's going to be a fabulous year.
Oh, it is the same you?
Yeah.
Right. Damn, I'm going to have to get that beeper working, aren't I? I am.
This is Kathy Laverty from the Bell and the Bear Jam. And when I look for local music, I tune in to Hall Around Town Radio.
There, Kathy, it is the Scott Hall show today.
This Thursday, we're celebrating Danny Laverty because he's moving to Nashville.
Is he really?
Yes, so it's his going away party. Thank you, Kevin. He brought that
Danny Laverty's party. I'm trying to find our theme song to get out of here.
Good.
I don't know where the theme song went. Where did the theme song go, Ceris?
I don't know.
I'm lost. There it is. We got to go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Say goodbye to everybody, will you?
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Jim McCarthy. Yes.
Thank you, Jim. Hey, Casey.
Casey, Thank
You
you.
should go look at a post that Donnie made about you.
What's that?
Post.
Hi, Heather. Bye, Heather.
Oh, happy birthday to late birthday to Heather from
Not that Heather, but yeah,
I
it's
know,
a different
but-
Heather. But yes, Heather from Heather, sponsor of our Thursday show.
Yes.
Who's playing out? Hey, tomorrow, Matthew Waters on the show at noon.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to have a little fun. Wednesday with the band here tomorrow, noon.
I stuck
Join
up
us.
for you though, Casey. He's a dick.
I'm missing something.
No, you're not. You saw it.
Show.